safe and happy. Tonight, we are talking Super Bowl matchup with Donovan Lewis of 1310 The Ticket. Local stock car driver Nur Ali will join us as well to talk about his upcoming season. And we will talk to a local referee who admits he may have a problem seeing clearly. Oh, goodness. Coming up after the break, how many stock car racers do you know that have a degree in international relations and can speak 3 languages? I don't. The Metroplex's very own Nur Ali will talk racing and much more when Ty Lock LASIK Sports Talk continues after these messages. And welcome back to Ty Lock LASIK Sports Talk. Our next guest tonight has 10 years experience racing both in open wheel and stock cars, and he is poised to start a brand new season in less than 3 weeks. Please welcome to the show tonight the Metroplex's very own Nur Ali. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Excellent to have you. I want to ask you, how old were you when you got started in the sport? Because I mean, you've been here in the States, in the Dallas area, since you were 8 years old. I can't imagine in Pakistan there's a big racing scene. How did you really get involved?
Well, I used to live in Germany, and I was surrounded by Formula One. So when I was, 4 or 5 years old, it got into my blood, and it's been in my blood ever since. I started racing in 1998 when I got my racing license and got into the professional scene. But I wanted to do it earlier, but my parents said, go get your education first, because it's a sport that no one's ever tapped into from our community.
Sure.
And you don't want to, take a chance and not be able to, be successful in it and have nothing to do with your life then,
Right. Well, first Pakistani driver in history. I mean, what does that mean to you personally and also to that country? I mean, this is a big deal, without a doubt.
It is a big deal for myself. Being born over there, it was an opportunity to represent my homeland of Pakistan. I was very fortunate to be recognized by President Musharraf and by the whole country when I was inaugurated over there and announced as their main driver. But I've lived here, like you said, since I was at the age of 8 years old. I'm an American. For me, this is home. Coming, in from Germany to the United States, I think the best thing my parents ever had done was move to the United States. It is truly the land of opportunity. And I, as an American, I, as an Asian American, I can vouch that, hey, I'm living the American dream.
It is a neat story, no question about it. I want to ask, in the last 10 years, how you have progressed. You've made some leaps here in racing and different circuits. Talk about how you've progressed really in the last 10 years.
Well, we started off with, Legends car racing, open wheel, smaller open wheel types of series racing. And then we moved into the A1GP, the World Cup of Motorsports, representing Pakistan.
Okay.
And then we made a switch over about a year and a half ago to stock car racing. We thought of it that, hey, look, I'm an American at the end of the day. I live here in Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm gonna stay here. I'm not going anywhere. This is home for me.
Sure.
And I've always wanted to race in NASCAR, and making the switch over from open wheel to NASCAR was the only decision that we could do to get into NASCAR racing, stock car racing. So we decided, sometime in 2007 that, hey, we're gonna go stock car racing, start off with the ARCA Remix Series, and make our way up to hopefully a Sprint Cup one day in the NASCAR series.
And that's your second season in ARCA Remax.
Yes.
How is that going, making that transition?
It's a great transition. I love it. Last year when we raced at Daytona last year, and we're about to race at Daytona again soon in about 3 weeks or so, it was a great transition. I mean, I had never raced stock cars before. We went out, did a 3-day test in December of '07, and did the race in February of '08, and it was a great race. We started off in 35th, moved up to 7th all the way, but unfortunately we got caught up in a pileup of 16 cars where I got out of it fine, but I think my radiator caught something, so it took us out for about 20 laps.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I wish, the radiator could be in the back, but, of course not. There's no arrow coming in the back.
Right.
But, we finished the race in 23rd with 20 laps down.
Okay. For the racing fans out there who are maybe not totally familiar with you, what is your racing style like? How aggressive are you? Mean-spirited? Don't seem like a mean-spirited guy. How contentious are you out there? What is your style
Well, it's
like?
really nice of you. Off the track, this is who I am, just hanging out, just very easy, to be with. But when I put my helmet on, I'm all at it. I mean, it doesn't matter who's ahead of me, who's behind me. My goal is to get ahead of that guy and finish in first. I've got sponsors that I'm representing. I've got a team that's backing me up, and it's my goal as a driver to do whatever it takes to win the race. Of course, doing it, ethically, not, doing anything that's going to hurt somebody out there.
Right. And finally, you said your ultimate goal is NASCAR. Is that correct to assume? That's got to be exciting.
I'm excited about that. We're racing next month on the 7th of February, which is the start of Speed Week, and it's the race before the Budweiser All-Star Shootout,
That's
which is
neat.
exciting because you've got Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Stewart, everybody hanging out watching our race because it's the start of the whole week, you know?
Yeah.
So it's very exciting, you know, that I'm very fortunate to do this.
Go up to Jeff Gordon and say, in a few years, I'm coming for you.
Oh, heck yeah, we're coming out there. You know, I've been a big fan of his, but once I put my helmet on and he's out there
It's
on the track,
all on them.
it's, you know, it's every man for themselves.
And we'll be rooting for you. Nur Ali, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Best of luck.
Thank
we'll
you.
be keeping track of your progress.
Thank you.
All right, we're not done yet. After the break, I will read the official email of the day.